This is my Sony FX3 and today I'm going to rig it out into my cinema rig. So this is all the stuff I'm going to use to rig out my cinema rig. So many nice things. Let's go. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to put a cage on it. I know this camera is great because it has a bunch of mounting holes already, but I'm still going to use the cage because it adds a little bit more weight. You can add more stuff, easier to mount things, and it just protects the camera. So I'm using cage from Condor Blue, which is great because it's modular. When you first get it, you have to put it together. It's in 4 different pieces. You could put a top part on it too, which it comes with, but I'm going to use that shoe mount, so I'm not going to add that. So yeah, that's Condor Blue cage. I recommend it if you want to buy a cage for your camera. Popular brand is also Small Rig, which I'm going to be using. I'm going to be mixing brands, so don't hate on me too much. But I'm going to use the Small Rig attachment so I can be able to add rails to my camera. And if you have seen cinema cameras before, you know that rails are used to attach many different things to the camera, like a matte box and a follow focus. So I just attached the top handle that comes with the Sony FX3. It's a great handle because you can attach your microphone through it, and it comes with 2 XLR connections. So I'm going to be using that to attach my microphone, which is cool because it runs phantom power, so you don't have to charge it or put any batteries in it. I'm using the Sennheiser MKE600 shotgun microphone, which is a great mic. I'm not too much of a sound person, but I'm using that microphone right now, so you can judge the sound if you want. The microphone isn't thick enough to fit on that holder properly, so I use this grip thing that I made. It's just rubber. I use that to be able to hold my microphone properly because it's only meant for a specific Sony microphone. If you have any other shotgun mic, it's not really going to fit in there, so a quick fix is just using that. My microphone isn't going to be going anywhere. My lens choice for today is going to be the 20mm Sony G lens. It's a great sharp lens, so I'm going to attach that right now. And I'm also going to be using this side handle from Small Rig. So now I'm going to be using these rails that are from Small Rig, so at least there's some things that stay the same, right? But using these rails to be able to attach my V-mount and my follow focus. It's great to have rails because you can attach different things to them, and if you have worked on bigger actual cinema rigs, you know that this is something that is just standard on any camera. So now that the rails are locked and not going anywhere, I'm going to be attaching my battery plate from Condor Blue, and I'm going to be putting it in backwards, so the battery, the V-mount, is going to be going inside and being supported by the rails. The reason I'm doing that is because when I use this V-mount battery to draw the power to the camera, I have to use this dummy battery, which is also from Condor Blue. And when you do that, you run the risk of, if your battery gets disconnected or your camera loses power without you finishing recording, you can lose that video. But if you finish recording and press that button like the proper way, then you are safe. That video is not going to go anywhere as long as you don't mess up that memory card. But it is something to keep in mind if you want to use a V-mount battery. It's just an extra precaution you have to keep in mind. But it's not too big of an issue. I've never had a problem with that, especially if you know how to manage your cables. Like right now I'm wrapping this cable right here because I don't want my cable to get pulled out for any reason. So as long as you have good cable management and you are aware of where your camera is going, you're not going to have a problem with your camera shutting off in the middle of recording. And the V-mount battery I am using is this $100 V-mount battery that I got off of Amazon. It's a great battery. It only costs $100, but it has 95 watt hours, so you can take it on the plane, and it just lasts a long time. Why use a V-mount battery and, you know, add this much weight? It's like having 5 batteries, so that's why I use it, because you can run your camera for so much longer, 5 times longer, and it powers everything, as in my microphone, my monitor, and any other attachment I want. I can run it from that V-mount battery, and it's gonna last forever. So there it is, powered on, and you can see that the build is coming together nicely now. And right now I'm gonna be using this matte box. It's a clamp-on matte box from Tilta. And I like it because it's small, it's compact, but it does get the job done. It blocks the sun, which is what you want from a matte box. You don't want those flares interrupting your video and washing it out. I'm also going to be using this follow focus from Small Rig. I do use the autofocus a lot, but the reason I'm adding this follow focus is because there are moments that I cannot rely on autofocus and I have to pull focus myself because it's very precise and makes pulling focus a lot easier. So there is the rig basically built. The only thing I am missing is my monitor. I am using my monitor to film the video, but if you are curious about what monitor I do use, I recommend this one, which is the Andy Cine 4K. It's a great monitor. It just gets the job done. You can see your footage, and you can also install LUTs via SD card. So yeah, this is my cinema rig build. It's nice and compact. I know it looks kind of big to some people, but compared to other things I've used like the Sony FX3 or an Alexa Mini, you know, this is very small, and the power you get from this is a lot. So that is the video. Hope you got something out of it. See you on the next one.